Hi, welcome to everyone's favourite segment, Mailbag, where anyone can send in, individuals or companies can send stuff in, and I open it and we have a squiz at it. Thank you very much, Heinrich Ostrov, even though the name's not on here because this thing's been repackaged. I do know it comes from Heinrich in Estonia too, so hi to all my viewers in Estonia. We do actually have instructions here. If you open this mailbag, remove the white string under blue tape and pull something, hand something. I don't know. Anyway, it has been biosecurity screened or whatever and repackaged, so I guess they didn't like the look of it. Anyway, it is a big, huge item, so thank you very much, Heinrich. Let's see what has been sent in here. So yeah, DHL have repackaged this sucker, and let's have a squiz. Okay, we do have a note. There's the, to make it sing. Okay, it's going to sing. Pulled. Okay, I wonder if the customs people. Yes, I think they have, because there's the speaker. And yes, look at this. Look at this. It's, shall we trigger it? Let's trigger it. Here we go. It's just going beep. There's an SD card on there, and it's flashing. Maybe it had some sort of audio file, and the battery's dead? I don't know. Aww. Heinrich's bodged on a converter for the 9-volt battery there. Maybe it was taking too much quiescent current. It has been here for a while. Haven't done a mailbag in a while, so I don't know, maybe it's drained. Hot's not. So yeah, just imagine that showing up on the X-ray with the instructions on the top, like pull handle and like, yeah, no wonder they opened it. Here is some lovely copyright-free music for you. Okay, it looks like we have a ton of different boxes in here, so let me get them all out onto the bench. Well, this has to be the biggest bonanza in mailbag history. This is only one of the boxes. There are 4 more boxes to go inside this thing. Oh, where do I start? And all of these items were individually wrapped, by the way, so they didn't damage each other. This is interesting. What I think this is, there's no information on any of this stuff apart from one item which has some instructions. I think what this is a high voltage SCR in like a flat pack kind of like compressed package construction. So it's probably like several kilovolts rated, like some sort of really high voltage SCR, I think. Anyway, please correct me down below if I'm not correct, but I think that's possibly what that is. High powered SCR, you know, in like the kilowatt range or something. Does it go along with this killer amp meter? Look at this. Oh, that's a thing of beauty. A joy forever. Look at that, CCCP. None of that fall of the Iron Curtain rubbish. Genuine Soviet Union panel meter. Isn't that groovy? I like it. Killer amps. Beautiful. And we go from killer amps to this little beautiful center 0 meter in original packaging. Look at this. Once again, Soviet Union jobby, plus minus 30 volts. Look at that. Oh, love center 0 meters. That's a Bobby Dazzler. Wow. And here we just have a collection of switches. So that's just a push button jobby. That's dual gang. And I presume these are Soviet as well. And I like the ball top on that. That's got a really good clicky feel. Oh, beautiful. That'll work forever. And we've got a rocker switch. Is that, where would that come from, somebody's house or something? I don't know. We've got another momentary push button switch there. And this, it's the N key from some sort of keyboard. I don't know, but damn, that's got some travel on it. Look at, oh, geez, imagine how thick that keyboard would have been. And that is not, no, is that a fuse holder? Oh, no, that's an indicator. There you go. It's like a purple bulb indicator. Groovy. And we've got some sort of hybrid module here. These are like a ceramic hybrids dipped in epoxy coating. Very common in like telecommunications stuff and things like that. So that'd be my guess. It's some sort of like telecoms filter board or something. Got a little regulator. It's a bit how you're doing with the bent heatsink there. But yeah, possibly some sort of like, I don't know, hybrid filter board or something for some sort of telecoms. And this is gorgeous. In original box, look at this. Is that like model something? I think that's Russian for model, isn't it? Anyway, look at this beautiful pot or rheostat. Look at this Bobby Dazzler. Wow, it's gorgeous. And look, there's the actual, you can see the actual contact on top there. It's completely exposed. That'd be pretty high power too. And there you go. There's a beautiful rheostat. It really is. Wow. 100 ohm jobby, plus minus 5%. Beautiful. Decently high power too. We got a bag of bulbs. There you go. I guess I'll have no shortage of bulbs. Wow. I have no idea what a Smart Kit 1025 is, but a TBA 810S offhand, don't know what that is, but the package screams audio amplifier to me. So we've got an input here. SP could be speaker. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm right. I think that's some sort of audio amp. That's just a common, like, old school dip audio amplifier package with sort of like an integrated heatsink, just to get like the couple of watts out. You know, it's probably like 2 watts, 5 watts audio amplifier, something like that. That, you can tell by the symbols there, that is an interesting looking bridge rectifier. Wow, never seen a package like that before. Tube socket, none of that valve rubbish. It's a tube. That looks like a magnetic reed switch, doesn't it? Looks like we have an axial capacitor here. What is that, 33 nano? Or 0.03 micro. So that'd probably be a metal foil jobby. Old school Soviet relay. Look at that. That almost looks like a sort of like a large reed relay package. I got a bag of whatever they are. I assume that's a pot with a little plastic shaft on it. Got a few of them. Tactile switch, boring. Bag of bridge rectifiers. I'll go straight to the drawer. What are these things? I've got a bag of things. There's the SKU for it. I guess you could scan that and find out. Random PCB. Couple of shielded cans here. Like an RJ45 there and a DC barrel jack. So, I'm not sure what that's out of. Oh, Siemens jobby. Okay, some sort of, industrial Siemens gear, something like that. So probably not a consumer bit of kit, would be my guess. Oh, look, some little spark gappies down there. Check out the little spark gappies down there. So there you go. I mean, Siemens, once again, it could be like a telecoms thing. That's actually come off, but you can tell that is an antenna. So this is some sort of RF receiver, transceiver. Well, these have gone the way of the dodo, haven't they? English, French, Germany, Italian, Spanish, Hungarian, Polish, Russian. There you go. It's a language translator. Doesn't have the battery in it, but yeah, they're a bit tedious. But, you know, before modern shoe phones had translation apps, and now you can all do it on the fly even in real time. It's just nuts. But yeah, before shoe phones, you carry around one of these and you could at least get by. And here we've got some sort of filament bulb. Check that out. If anyone knows what that's from, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that, oh, is that some mercury inside there? Is that a mercury switch? Is it? Mate, oh, now it's caught up there. Oh, don't want to break it. And check this out. Heinrich has handmade this volume knob. That's an audio full volume knob right there. Like, you know, you could charge $5,000 for those wooden knobs. It's an all-in-one sound box. Weird, easy, no, fail, bullshit. I suspect this is going to play my own voice back. We've got multicolored LEDs on the bottom. We've got standoffs. Look at that. That's crazy. Internal speaker, USB-C in. I reckon this thing is probably going to speak my voice if I plug it in. I've got to try it. We have instructions. If you just plug it in, you can use the buttons to select sounds and volume knob and control the... Also take sounds out of the audio jack as well. For other future needs, use to connect the device to a Wi-Fi. Power it on for the first time will create its own hotspot. Oh my God. Soundbox. I don't know what Soundbox is. And you can put your Wi-Fi name and password, and you should be able to Google and type in Soundbox. Okay. All right, here we go. Whoop. It lit up. It lit up. Oh, there we go. Didn't stay, power pack didn't stay on. Okay. Nope. Oh, look at that. Lights up green around there. Beautiful. Weird. Okay. Wah. Needs a, yes, the fail button. Even the fail button has failed. I'm powering it. Volume's all the way up, I think. All the way down. No? Oh, I think this has not survived transit. I don't think that's how this thing is supposed to be opened. Oh, no. It's terrible, Muriel. Here we go. Can I take the top off? Well, let's say it's not designed for volume construction. So we're not going to be selling these on Tindy anytime soon. Okay. It's all in there. Got a relay. There is indeed a speaker at the bottom. And, oh, that's a shame. Why doesn't it work? Can't troubleshoot it here on the mailbag. I think that is a shipping issue. Something has come a gutser. No, hang on. Did I have the internal speaker switch set wrong? No. 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 Either one of those is a nope. Oh, the relay just clicked in there. No. No, unfortunately, the position makes no difference. Oh, bummer. Hang on, I got it. Watch this. Here we go. Hang on. N-O. You heard it. It did work. There it is. I only get one press out of it. Oh. So it's weird. The sound only comes out of the speaker when I plug in the external audio out here into my amplifier. It doesn't come through the amplifier at all, even if I flick the switch. Seem to do it. Oh no, there it is. Now it's on through my audio amplifier. Seems very intermittent though. It's weird. If I could get weird to work, but it doesn't. Odd. And the next box here is a ta-da! Chocolate Bonanza. Well, are they chocolate? They're like praline kind of thing. The chocolate-coated praline shells or something like that. I don't know. I can't read that. Sorry. But they look yummy. And look at this. Look at this. I guess, what? A talon? What's a talon? Okay, that's a pineapple flavored. Look at this. Oh my God. I guess these are all local, or sweets as the Yanks call them, lollies here in Australia. I'm not sure what that is, but I don't know. I'll have a go. Caramel with a K. They don't look caramel, they look fruity. Oh, wow, look at this. This is great. Oh, smell of something else. Well, I can either keep these secretly here in the lab, or I can take them home and incur the wrath of Mrs. EEVblog. I think I might keep a secret stash in the lab. Okay, another box of random stuff. We've got multiple packets. Geez, this is, oh my God, this is nuts. We've got multiple calculator devices. We've got, oh my God, I can't. This video is going to be like, this segment's going to be like half an hour or something. This is nuts. some old school, probably, I don't know, 7.4 series and maybe some analog stuff on good old conductive foam. I still have a whole bunch of my chips from the 1980s in conductive foam in my drawers over there. So, cool. I don't know what that liquid is. It looks kind of fluxy, maybe? Just imagine being customs and seeing all this stuff and going, what the hell is going on? Like, what is that? They got a whole bunch of leads, like 3mm leads in a tube. We've got a whole packet of miscellaneous boards. Looks like we've got 3 like currency converters. Yes, set exchange rate. Yeah, euro, I guess. And what? So, no, that's Kamagutsa. Nope, it truly doesn't work. Or it probably truly needs another battery. Got a Soviet circuit breaker. Look at that. That's actually a really nice light action. I like that. And Heinrich looks like he's individually sealed like all of these little bags. Oh my God. Like, what is that? It's just an inline audio volume control by the looks of it. Then we've just got a bag of miscellaneous stuff. What transit? Oh, no, they've got that's a clear window. Is that a clear, is that like a photo transistor? That looks like a photo transistor. They look like they've got a sort of like a clear epoxy top on them. So I suspect that's what's happening there. Oh, that looks like a Worth transformer. That's not Soviet. Oh, I like these. Look at this old school little edge meter. Oh, look, like red. I got miscellaneous sockets and pin diodes, and I have no idea, like adapter boards for something. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, planar transformer. Look at that. Neat. Another miscellaneous bag. Oh, what on earth is that? Is that some kind of filter or something? Maybe it's in like a large, like crystal type package, but it looks like it's some sort of, you know, I don't know, oscillator or filter circuitry or something. No idea. Oh, that's a relay. It's got to be. Well, I guess that could be a relay too, I guess, just in an oddball package. I don't know. Another relay. These look like all relays. What's in here? Yep, there. Read relays. Look at that. New in box. Wow. Cool bananas. And is that like an internal shield? Maybe it's a shielded read relay perhaps? I don't know. 1986 vintage. Yeah, so this is just an assortment of various Soviet relays. That's fascinating. That looks more traditional. So, yeah, look. Little oddball. Look, you know, if that was soldered onto a board, you would think that was an electrolytic capacitor. I don't think it is. I think that they're all relays. And, yeah, look, these little crystal type packages, these are relays, I think. Wow. They actually, oh man, be a pain in the ass to get them apart, but that would be interesting to see what's inside those. Not in the mailbag, unfortunately. Aha, these chippies, these are all Western. I see Signetics, I see National, I see TI, and what do we got here? Sorry, I can't read these on the bloody camcorder screen, even with my glasses. It's too small, but they would be op amps, I'd be presuming. Okay, it's very likely that we have another themed bag of Soviet ganged switches. Wow, look at that. Oh, yep, there we go. And look at that. That looks like it's, you know, from like a Soviet multimeter or something, perhaps. Well, it could be from anything, but, you know. Yeah, these are all very familiar. Nothing, what the frig? Nothing particularly unusual here. Oh, look at that. It's a little extended wire lever micro switch. Neat. Another miscellaneous box. Better if I actually just pour it out, really. Come on. Heinrich, what are you doing? What the heck is this? Oh, goodness. What? Wow. Okay. What is that doing? Anyone know? Leave it in the comments down below. Obviously, it's an industrial power thing that I like. Does it show you how many cycles something's out or something like that? I don't know. That's not my area. Leave it in the comments. Wow. Okay, this is getting pretty silly now. We have all individually sealed bags, all with desiccants. I'm definitely not going to eat them, so there's no worry about that. Like, these are all like modern parts, like an XT60 amp connector. We've got some, oh no, they're like photo transistors or something. Got some push button switches. Did he get all these from some, I don't know, like some surplus thing or something? Executive calculator. Oh my God, that's pretty horrible. Got some bulbs, which I'm sure you can't like get anywhere anymore. Got a whole bunch of like indicator, yeah, they're all indicator lamps. Red, green, white, and like, yeah, just a whole bunch of panel indicator lamps. Oh, DC plugs with the screw-on terminals. They're super handy. That one's going straight to the pool room. Oh, a coin. You know I like coins. If you don't know, I have an entire channel dedicated to coins. It's called EEV Mint. But it's only got like 90 subscribers or something. It doesn't seem very popular, so I've held off doing more videos on that. But there's sufficient interest, I will. Ooh, look at that. That's neat. Is that like a local currency or is it a souvenir coin? I've got no idea. Sorry, I can't read Rusky. Lots of bags of like individual transistors and stuff. I can't possibly, I've just got like random fuses. I can't possibly look at every one of these in the mailbag. Well, I was going to show you the last box on the bench, but it all spilled its guts. All the bottom fell out of it, so what? Oh, that's a giant fuse. Okay, that is a big-ass fuse. I don't know. What is it? 60 amps? Jeez, that's pretty big for a 60 amp. It'd be really high voltage. Wow, a big lever connector. Look at that. Don't know what brand that is. Oh, God, that hurt. Damn it. Oh. Wire joiner made in the USSR. You don't know how lucky you are, boys. Back in the US. Back in the US. Back in the USSR. I do actually have Russian viewers out there. Let us know. I don't know. Does this come out of your house? That wins the Super Cringe Calculator Award. Fruitus, the taste of sunny fruits. It's a 4-banger Sunny Fruit solar-powered calculator. It doesn't seem to work anymore. Oh, that's totally cringe. Another giant circuit breaker. Got another random PCB. Random PCB. That is an Aussie outlet. What's going on there? What's going on there? I got Bueller. I guess it could be Chinese. But that's an Aussie outlet. Why does it have a giant ceramic thing on the back? Is there something else in there? Like, it's almost like a giant ceramic resistor kind of thing, but what? I don't know. Or dongle alert. It's a Rainbow Sentinel Super Pro dongle. If you ever had one of those, let us know, because all software used to be protected by dongles back in the day. Dongles were the dust guts. There's a Soviet D connector. Look at that. Random PCB, obviously not Soviet. Got a big Japanese inline package there. Not sure what the deal is. Another box of those Soviet reed relays. Ooh. Really like the look of those. Got these RJ45 breakout boards. As it happens, this is a massive coincidence. I actually need these right now for my new Solus inverter, because I'm trying to connect the RS485 output, which is an RJ45, to my Raspberry Pi, but I've only got the old DI cable and the DI RS485 has a different pinout, and I could re-terminate the RS485 cable, but I don't actually have like I don't do my own RJ45 termination, so I don't even have a tool for it. So I was just going to hack in some pins, and this just allows me to wire the pins like straight over, crossover, and use my existing cables without touching them. Beautiful. So you used to be able to buy this radio as a kit and assemble it yourself. The label's fallen off. Look at the metal mesh front cover. Oh my goodness. I got no idea what that is. Do you want to see inside it? Are you absolutely sure? Last chance to back out now. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's going to have that vintage smell. Actually, not too bad. Wow, look at those UFO transistor packages. I don't think I've seen ones with like big flanges like that. Wow, that's interesting. Is it not? Let us know if you've seen those before. I don't think I have. It's very unusual. Thank you very much, Heinrich, for sending in that massive assortment of randomized stuff. It's too much. It's too much. Thank you, but yeah, too much. Mailbag overload. Not sure if I'm going to have time for any more mailbag. Oh, I might have to selectively pick ones that are quick. Continuing on with the Estonian theme, I've already unboxed this because it didn't have mailbag on it. You've got to put mailbag, otherwise I think it's something that I've ordered. Thank you very much, Oliver from Estonia. Hi Dave, thanks so much for reviewing my Logic Gates on Mailbag 1690. The feedback I received was fantastic, great to hear, and I've used it in making new revision of the board. I really appreciate the opportunity. Here is the new board. Let's whack some batteries in and let's get a counter working, shall we? Let's power it up. Haven't connected anything, so it's not going to do anything fancy-pantsy. We've got our all our gate outputs here, and the input switches up here. They're switching on or off, but I don't know which one's high or low. I assume on means high, but like it'd be nice to be labeled, I guess. So we've got slide switches like that, so you can set permanently, or you've just got individual tactile buttons and you can get the output from next to it, obviously. We can adjust our clock speed down here. Yeah, increasing, got nice little indents on that. That's a rotary encoder, so that's groovy. Yeah, you don't want it so fast you can't see it, so that's maximum. And then goes down, and then you can manually clock it. Boom. Boom, it just gives you one pulse, so they've debounced that, and that'll give you one nice clean edge to go into your counter. We can try that in a minute. Okay, I haven't RTFM'd on this, and I was a little bit confused about this BCD counter here, but if you read the instructions, which are quite small, I had to get out the magnifying glass to, like, I could barely read that, even with my glasses on. It's quite small, so that's my only complaint there. So we've got a counter. So this is actually, it should be like count enable, because it's basically a counter enable. So I've taken the A to G outputs over to the 7-segment display there, and I've got it set to a momentary switch over here. There's no clock input, it's actually connected on the PCB over to the clock. I was a bit confused at first why I couldn't find any clock output pin. I think there should be pins here just so that you can, you know, like pulse stuff. I don't know why there's not a pin on there. Anyway, if we enable that, i.e. set it high, because there's no bar on there, then it should count. And sure enough, it does, based on our clock rate here. We can slow that down, or we could go over to manual clock. So if I hold down the enable and then pulse it, we can manually, we can see that there's no switch bounce. So this switch is debounced. No matter how dodgily I do that, we're only going to get the one count. There's only one issue with this, is that technically this is labeled BCD counter, but it's not a BCD counter, because the BCD counter would give you just the 4 bits output. You would actually need a BCD to 7-segment decoder. So what this actually is exactly as I said, a BCD counter plus 7-segment decoder. So it decodes because the BCD counter would only be, in this case, 4 bits, and then you would convert that. So if you look at the bottom side of this board, you'll find two little chippies on there. One will be the BCD counter, the other will be the 7-segment decoder. So that's a little bit misleading. And I won't go through all the options here, but like we've got some memory down here, so you can store some individual bits. We've got expanders over here. And then if you just want like a fixed high or low, I guess that's what static 1 or static 0 is over here. I'm not sure I would have used the word static. I would have used like a fixed or something like that, but you know, it's fairly obvious what it is. And you've got all your individual gates as well. You've got a shift register here, so we can play with that. It's actually got individual LEDs on the output, so we've got a clock and feeding that into the data, my button into the data input here. So if we put a 1 into it, boom, we wait for the next clock cycle and that 1 shifts through. And at any point I can go like the 1, well, I just put in a couple, I put in another one there, and cool. So you can see the data shifting through. Neat. Anyway, that's a cool Bonanza's little logic trainer there, available on logicgat.es. I'll link it in down below. You can buy it on Tindy. Excellent. I do enjoy learning boards like this. They're great for like lab classes and stuff like that. Having said that, if you are designing stuff for the educational market, it's all about the educational material that goes along with it. I'm on the product art page for this, but I can't necessarily find an actual manual for it, so I'm not sure what's doing there. So if you're a teacher or something, you know, you would have to like design your own course around this board, I would think. Changi Air Freight Center, I guess that's a reshipper. Anyway, 4PX, is that it? I think that is the freight company. Anyway, we've got something logic related in here, so that matches up with our previous item. We had logic in the last one, and we've got logic again. It's an S-Logic 16U3. It looks like it's a logic analyzer. Oh, I guess S-Logic is the company, and that's their logo there. It says 16U3 because it's 16 channel at 200 megahertz, and it's USB 3 interface. Ooh, look at that. Hi Dave, it is our newest tiny USB 3 Logic Analyzer. Logic Analyzer is useful in digital circuit debugging. It is, and I've seen several Logic Analyzers in your video, like the Analog Discovery, the Saley, but they're expensive, several $100s, and often rely on older USB 2 tech. Yeah, well, fair enough. This is the first affordable high-speed USB 3 Logic Analyzer, tiny 40 by 40, 800 megahertz, 4 channels. Okay, it can go down 200 meg at 16 channels. It's only $69. I assume that's Yankee bucks. Try it, tear it down, do anything to it. Software link download. Thank you very much, Zpan. There's the, they've got a Discord. For those playing along at home, there's the barcodes. So what do we get? There's not much to see inside a Logic Analyzer, of course, but we've got, yeah, it's like a little Saley thing, but this is not a Saley ripoff. They've got their own software. So, all metal. Very nice indeed. It's got a little mode button. We can actually take that apart by the looks of it. Yeah, there we go. It's just a pin interface. Of course, given the price point here, we're not talking about like active probes here. We're just talking about, you know, just your regular Saley Logic like, you know, little miniature device that just streams directly over to USB 3. I don't know if it even has any memory built in. It's just like high-speed streaming. And that's what makes it so cheap. It's all in the software, really. So there you go. Yeah, there's not much to it. There's data in, and you probably won't be able to do stuff like set, you know, individual voltage threshold levels on each channel and stuff like that. Oh, there you go. Scan me. Yeah, we just have the little grabber hooks, and that's about all she wrote. And a little poker for that reset thing there. Mode. I don't know what mode it changes. Have to RTFM. And as you expect, not much in there at all. So, here we go. Maybe I can get the light at the right angle. Can't see that on my camcorder screen, but I don't believe that is like any of your mainstream processors there. So, or mainstream FPGA or whatever it is. There's our inputs. Looks like it has some protection there. But as I said, like there's not going to be like in any individual channel threshold voltage setting. Like you don't expect that on a board like this, but you might be able to change between 3.3 and 5, maybe, perhaps. Looks like it does have some memory up there, but whether that's a micro, I'll have to look. I'll put it up here, whether or not that's a micro or an FPGA. Got a little programming port there, which you can't access from the outside. And curiously, little footprints there. Is that for like another daughter board? You wouldn't have space inside the case for that. But interestingly, the interfaces here, these aren't just the logic outputs. These are all little miniature coaxes, and each one is individually grounded. Nice. So it looks like we're going to have a resistor in series there, and each one is basically a little Z0 probe. Oh, just done a recent video on that. What value would that be? That is, 327 ohms. Okay, I downloaded the PulseView software, it's called. It's available for Windows, Linux, and the Fruity computers as well. I kind of got it connected, but now it's locked up. So I was just like running things and I didn't get any result, but now it's like, it seems to have completely locked up and not responding, so... let's close the program, shall we? I think it's only available in the 32-bit version as well. So hang on while Windows... So there's all the files in the zip. Let me run... It's got a PulseView debug, and it's not Windows registered either. So anyway, let me run the debug version. Right, it looks like it runs the program and then gives you a command window as well. So debug information out of the serial, which is cool because it looks like we're going to need it. Device instance not active, can't set config. Anyway, I was able to connect before. Oh, this is SIGROC. This is SIGROC, which it can like talk to multimeters and all sorts of things. So, okay, I did not expect that. So it's not their software. It's just they're using SIGROC's PulseView to talk to it. And they've, written a driver for it or something? Yeah, I don't think I've ever used PulseView to talk to a logic analyzer before. So anyway, capture failed, not applicable because I haven't connected. I've got to reconnect. Yeah, look, we're getting these like weird-ass corrupted characters here. This is where the device name was before, right? And scan for devices. Oh, by the way, when I first tried to do it, I used just a cable, a USB cable that I had here, and it wouldn't connect to it. So I used the cable that actually came with it, which is thicker and more betterer. And then it actually, when Windows went and it actually connected before. I don't know. Turn the power off and on again. Here we go. Windows just went. And there we go. Okay, it's back in. Yeah, it's locked up somehow. Failed to open device. Unspecified error. Okay, let's just try the PulseView without the debug thing. So now it can see the logic analyzer and we're connected. So 1 meg sample, so it looks like it buffers it. It captures buffers and then it transfers it later. And you can just choose the sample rate here. So let's just, I've got an input signal connected to it. And by the way, the voltage threshold, look, check this out. This is not good. Voltage threshold by default is set to like nothing, set to 0. Why? Like, anyway, you can adjust it all the way up to 6 volts, the voltage threshold. So that's pretty good. As I said, you can't do it on individual thresholds on individual channels, but that's expected for this sort of price bracket, bottom price bracket logic analyzer. So we can set it to like 1.5 volts here, okay, and buffer size 16, okay, and we run it again. Capture failed. Timeout occurred. Why? If we go into here, we've just got our buffer size, our pattern, hardware max, USB max speed, hardware EMU data. Okay, that shouldn't matter because I'm only feeding in like a SPI signal here. And look at all the decoders though, right? This is just, this is just crazy, right? I see, look at all this. This is nuts because this is SIGROC, right? This is not their program. This is SIGROC doing all this stuff. Look at this. Man, that's nuts. Go the open source community. Right, so there's our SPI. Can we choose that? There is no channels assigned to this decoder. Okay, so we've got to assign channels to the decoder. Fair enough, but we're getting like nothing. I was getting nothing before. It should at least sample in a 0. Like where's the lines? It should sample in a 0, even if there's, or sample it, 0 or 1, depending what's there. It should sample in something, but it's not. Look, it does that, and it's gone. It just crashed. I'll stop recording here. I'll manually play with it for a little bit while. I'll probably spend another 15-20 minutes at this, and if I can't get it to do a basic sample, that's it. I'm just not going to bother going further. Sorry, Cypede. I like your hardware, but so if you don't see any more of this, then you know I wasn't successful in trying to get the thing to at least sample in something, let alone decoding. I'm sure once we sample it in, we'll be able to decode it and stuff. It looks like they've hitched their software bandwagon onto SIGROC software, which is great to leverage that sort of open source stuff, and you get, looks like all those decoders and everything built in, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it's got issues, it's got issues. So, I don't know. Once again, we've got that corrupted data there, right? And if I repower it, and will it come good? Connect to device. So I got it to connect again. I've got like really low bandwidth stuff, 10 megahertz sample rate, 10K samples, right? And I press run and just, I don't get, it's not sampling anything. So does that mean like it's waiting for a trigger? But I don't see where, add math signals, no, add protocol decoder, no, that just pulls up that. I can't see like configure channels, okay? That just like turns them on or off. But if it was waiting there, it was sitting waiting for a trigger, like a hardware trigger, it should tell you that. Right? It shouldn't just like sample it like it sampled it and then go back. The run thing is enabled again. Look, it just ran, right? And it's only 10,000 samples, so that's why it did it super quick. And but where's the ones in the zeros? I don't see the data at all. What the heck's going on? Binary decoder output view. Crashed it. So let's go into the digital channel here. Okay, trigger on right. Okay, so we can trigger on either. We'll trigger on either. I've only got 2 channels at the moment, and if I run it, I'm pretty sure I'm feeding data into channel 0 and 1 from my demo pattern board, but like 10K sample, like we're just getting nothing. Okay, so I've limited it to the 2 channels only that I'm feeding data in. I don't care whether or not it's positive or negative. I want it to just trigger, and I get nothing. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I'm reading the manual here, and I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. Set the voltage threshold, and then sample rate presets, and then like you can set trigger or just run. You should be able to have just like a free running mode where the trigger doesn't matter. See, and it should actually give me like a trace there, a positive or negative, you know, like even if there is no data going in, it should just show it's negative or whatever. Like, but we're not even getting that. Run. Nothing there. Sorry, nope, I'm calling it quits there. Sorry, S-Logic, Cypede. I got no idea what's going on there. It has potential. It's only $69. Hardware looks great, but I just can't get it to sample anything. I'm using the cable that comes with it, and it should just free run and give me the data, but it's not. So I don't know if anyone has used it. I don't know, leave it in the comments down below. But no, thumbs down until I can get this thing working. Anyway, that's it for the mailbag. Catch you next time.